What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with an Ohio State stream. And I'm watching some high school football. We got St. Joseph's Prep, led by Kyle McCord, an Ohio State commit, going up against Marietta, Georgia, who just took the lead with 14 seconds to go. Damn. But anyways, this will be my Ohio State versus Florida Atlantic Week 1 preview. I'm probably going to be doing these. I'm just doing this because it's the start of the season. I don't think I'm going to be doing previews for the games because honestly, it's college football. I might do them though, especially for the big games. But we start off our journey for hopefully our 9th national championship in program history. And right now, of course, Ohio State has 8 of those babies, and we are 6th in the nation in when it comes to national championships, 37 conference championships. We are 4th out of 130 teams, and our all-time record is 3rd all-time as well at 9-11, 325, and 53. 49 bowl games. We are 9th out of 130 teams. 911 wins all time, 2nd all time, and 45th in bowl record at 24-25. Seriously, we're under 500 all time in a bowl game. Oh my God, that's not the greatest. But we have 7 Heisman winners. Now, this week's opponent is the Florida Atlantic Owls, and I actually looked for a history between these two teams, and we've never faced these guys. Wow. We've never faced these guys. And as you know, Florida Atlantic is coached by Lane Kiffin, and I know he really wasn't too happy with this matchup being on the schedule. He's saying that these schedules were made before he got there, which is, I'm pretty sure it's true, but I mean, got to deal with it. I'm pretty sure, this is in the shoe, and they're coming out to Columbus, and not really much to say about this game. I mean, it's Florida Atlantic. They're an all right team, I guess. I don't really know much about them other than their coach. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the depth chart for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And, of course, you already know Ryan Day entering his first full season as our head coach after Urban Meyer stepped down after last year. Went to bowl game, beat Washington. Of course, I streamed that game. Ryan Day actually took over for the first 3 weeks last year because of Urban's suspension because of what one of our assistants did. And apparently Urban didn't know about it, which kind of disappoints me a little bit. I mean, you got to know what your coaches are doing, my dude. But based off of what I saw last year with Dwayne Haskins at quarterback, I'm pretty sure we'll be just fine with Justin Fields, who, of course, transferred to Ohio State and gained immediate eligibility after he came from the University of Georgia. And, of course, Jacob Eason also came from there. I believe he is with Washington right now. Of course, we all know Georgia now has Jake Fromm. And I've always been thinking, it's like, what a great matchup that would be in the college football playoff. Georgia versus Ohio State. Justin Fields gets a chance at his old team. Make him regret getting rid of him. Now, in terms of possible draft prospects, Those are really the only guys I'm going to be really mentioning in depth right here because, those are the biggest names on the team. Of course, the biggest name is defensive end Chase Young. He has been seen as a top 10 prospect. Of course, he was on the opposite side. He was the bookend to Nick Bosa, and they were a dynamic duo. And last year, when Bosa unceremoniously got hurt and then decided to just stop playing and focus on the draft, Chase Young was the man. And looking at pictures of the dude from, working out and everything, he is even more beastly this year than he was last year. He's going to absolutely wreck people. And I already know a lot of teams are going to be looking at him. He's going to be a top 10 pick. I already know it. Now, another name you might hear is J.K. Dobbins, of course, one of the dynamic duo running backs we had last year, along with Mike Weber, who, of course, graduated this past year. And, he went to the draft. He got drafted this past year. J.K. Dobbins and, others were like, he could have came back, but he's like, I'm too damn old for this, man. I need to get out of here. It's like, okay, my dude, have fun in the league. I wasn't even mad because I knew that we had good running backs coming in. Now, in terms of weapons for Justin Fields, they're not even that bad. Next year they're going to be insane, but they're not even that bad this year. I like what we got. We got Garrett Wilson, highly touted prospect. I believe he is actually out of Baker Mayfield's high school, Lake Travis. We all know a lot of good players come from there, especially my quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Love to see that. But this is going to be a very interesting offense. I'm really looking forward to seeing Justin Fields go out there and sling it around a little bit and freaking ready, bro. First game post Dwayne Haskins. And some other names to keep an eye on. Of course, you have – now here's the whole depth chart. I know I keep kind of flip-flopping. But here's the entire depth chart. Quarterbacks, you have Justin Fields, of course, sophomore. Then you got a graduate, I'm guessing, a grad transfer in Gunnar Hoke coming over from Kentucky. And then you have, I think, another was a Grady transfer. Truganov. I think he was here last year, wasn't he? I'm not even sure. I don't even know where he came from, but I could have sworn he was here last year. Oh, well. Pretty much Gunnar Hoke is going to come in probably in garbage time. Now, as for running backs, we got a nice loaded stable of running backs this year. J.K. Dobbins, you have Demario McCall, who's actually hurt. I don't know if he'll play tomorrow. Master Teague coming in, freshman. Not sure how much of him we're going to see. Marcus Crowley, freshman, and then Steele Chambers, freshman. So we got a nice trio of freshmen, although Master Teague is actually a redshirt freshman. That's actually a really lit name, Master Teague. I like that name. That's a good name. In terms of receivers, you have Austin Mack coming back. Austin Mack coming, return of the Mack. Oh, wow. Austin Mack, senior. You have Chris Olave, sophomore. He made some big catches last year. He came up clutch in big moments. And then you have Elijah Gardner, who's a sophomore. Then as the X receiver, you have Benjamin Victor, senior. He's made some good plays. Garrett Wilson, as I mentioned, coming over, I believe, from Lake Travis High School. And then you have Jalen Harris coming in as a junior from around here. I believe he's from Cleveland Heights. I think so. Then, of course, as the slot kind of receiver, you have KJ Hill. He's made some big plays. And Jalen Gill. KJ Hill, Jalen Gill. Oh, man, this is going to be fun. Tight ends, this is, I think, where we could really flourish. You have Luke Farrell coming in as a junior, Jeremy Ruckert as a sophomore, and Jake Hausman as a junior. Now, the most important part of this team, the offensive line. Got to keep Justin Fields protected. Left tackle will be Thayer Munford, junior. Can't believe he's already a junior. Damn. He'll be backed up by Joshua Alabi. We saw him a little bit last year. Then we have a grad transfer from Rutgers, Jonah Jackson, who will also be playing. He's coming over again from Rutgers. He'll be left guard. And then you have Josh Myers at center, Wyatt Davis at right guard, and Brandon Bowen returning at right tackle. Then you also have Nicholas Petit-Friere coming in as well. What does GR mean? No, I don't know what GR stands for. I think it's graduate transfer. I'm pretty sure. They don't have a thing on here. Oh, well. I thought they'd have a little key that says graduate transfer or something. I could have sworn Bowen waited. I don't know. Why do I think Bowen graduated? I know he lost, I think, one lineman. But oh well. If he did graduate, it'll be Petit-Friere at right tackle. But anyways, our right tackle spot is solid right now. Now, looking at the defensive side of the ball, obviously they wouldn't. Oh, crazy dog, you're stupid. If he would have graduated, he wouldn't be on the depth chart. I know. For some reason, I thought Brandon Bowen graduated. But that's weird. Oh, well. I think he's a senior this year, which he'll definitely probably be graduating soon. I know that much. But at least we have a good guy behind him in Nicholas Petit-Friere, who was one of the prized acquisitions, or I guess you could say commits from a couple years ago. There's actually a dude who plays for Clemson now. He was our top offensive lineman. He decided to leave after we got the number 1 rated guy, and that was Petit-Friere. So looking at this defense, I know I'm kind of flip-flopping around. Defensive end, you have, of course, Chase Young. He's a junior. Behind him will be Javante Jean-Baptiste and Tyreek Smith. Nose tackle will be Robert Landers, and then you have Tommy Togiai behind him. Landers, of course, is a senior. The defensive end slot will be, I'm going to guess, Young, junior, redshirt freshie, and a sophomore. And then you have Landers, senior, and then Togiai is a sophomore already. God. I remember hearing about him committing here, I think, 2 years ago or whatever. Defensive tackle will be Devon Hamilton, senior. Haskell Garrett, I think he's from Gorman. He's a junior. And then Antoine Jackson is a grad, I believe a grad transfer. Well, it says GR. I'm just going to assume that is grad transfer. Jashawn Cornell will get a start at the other defensive end with Zach Harrison and Tyler Friday backing him up, a freshman and a sophomore. Linebacker. Oh, yes. This is where we struggled last year. And, of course, we brought in some coaches from the team up north as well. So I wonder how they'll feel when they face their old team when the game comes around. That'll be awkward for them, I bet. But Pete Warner will be the one linebacker behind or backed up by Kevon Pope. And then Tuff Borland will be the other linebacker along with Malik Harrison. So it'll be 2 juniors and a senior linebacking core backed up by sophomore Kevon Pope, a junior in Baron Browning, a sophomore in Dallas Gant, or a sophomore in Taraja Mitchell. I believe he's also from, I think, Cali. Now, the place where we have definitely made bank when it comes to the draft, the secondary. At corner right now, it'd be Damon Arnett. Is, I believe, a grad transfer or graduate, something like that. Then you have Cameron Brown backing him up. I don't think he's a grad transfer. I don't know why it says GR. It's weird. Then you have Jeffrey Okuda, one of our big. I keep wanting to say acquisitions. I'm thinking too much of NFL. Damn it. No, but he's one of our big commitments from a couple years ago. Top commitments. He'll be backed up by Seven Banks, sophomore. And then at the other corner will be Sean Wade, backed up by Amir Reep. I actually saw Amir Reep in high school play against, who was that? Bosco? Out of Cali. Yeah. Yeah, it was Bosco. Yeah. No, it wasn't Bosco. That was X. That was San Xavier. That's right. That's freaking Colerain. Yeah. Colerain faced a team out of Indiana. Dude, it's freaking late at night. I can barely think right now, bro. Damn. But anyways, Marcus Williamson will be backing up Amir Reep. And then Jordan Fuller will be our free safety. He's a senior. He's going to be up there on the draft board. I know that. Isaiah Pryor and Josh Proctor will be backing him up. And then Brandon White, a junior, will be backing up Jason Wint. Now, as for specialists, not like it really matters. I mean, you have Blake Hallbauer at kicker. Drew Chrisman will be at punter. Hallbauer will be doing the kickoffs. You have Liam McCullough at long snapper. Drew Chrisman will be the holder. KJ Hill will do the punt return. He'll be backed up by Demario McCall. And kickoff return will be Demario McCall or Chris Olave. So, all right. Yeah. Now, one name that you're probably not going to see on tomorrow's game is Jonathan Cooper, who's actually not going to play. I don't think McCall will play either, although I'm pretty sure he's a game time. Some other noteworthy takeaways. Gunnar Hoke and Chuganov are co-backups. McCall, Teague, Crowley, and Steele Chambers are listed as co-backups. At running back, McCall is the game-time decision. Austin Mack, he's listed as a co-starter, which means you're probably going to be seeing them kind of rotate in there at times. Tuff Borland and Browning listed as co-starter at middle linebacker. It's going to be really interesting to see how this whole thing goes down. You know, can't wait. Let's see if the chat's going anywhere. UW crushed USF. I can imagine. Let's go Buckeyes, fart face. Exactly. That word in here, Landon. I feel like we're running the table this season. KJ Hill will be a dog. I'm looking for Baron Browning on Mitchell to replace Tuff in the first time he run like a 90-year-old turtle. That dude's a captain this year. Mir Reap received. Oh, our top receivers will be KJ, Ben Victor, and Austin Mack. Yeah, I can't. Dude, my brain is all. It's freaking late at night. What's up, Brandon Rogers, Harris from the Heights? Yep, I figured that's what. Yeah. Jalen Gill replace Paris Campbell. Fields will go top 5 in the 2021 draft. Cam Newton 2.0. Now, you know what I'm really excited about? I mean, this year's team is good. I like this team. I love it. This is a very, very, very good team. But you know what I'm excited for? Next year. Because looking at next year, oh my God, dude. I mean, next year's freaking recruiting class might be the most stacked recruiting class I've seen for Ohio State in quite a while. I mean, Justin Fields is going to be salivating when he sees these receivers coming in here, man. I mean, I follow some of these guys on Twitter. I see them on Twitter all the time. You know, you got G. Scott. He's making one-handed catches. You got freaking Julian Fleming, who I think Penn State really wanted. He's coming in here next year. He's going to be a baller, top prospect out there. I mean, they're going to be joining Garrett Wilson. Oh my God, bro! Like, Oh my God, bro. Justin Fields is going to be. Look at all these weapons. Look at all my weapons. I'm actually going to look up the 2020 rankings for football here. So right now we are actually third in the recruiting rankings according to Rivals.com. 22 total recruits, 2 5-stars, 11 4, and 9 3. Let's see who we got coming in next year, eh? Yeah. So next year, you have, let's see who the 5-stars are, because the 5-star, Julian Fleming out of Pennsylvania. I actually saw him on ESPN a few days ago. And the other 5-star is Paris Johnson Jr. from Cincinnati, Ohio, offensive lineman. You have a quarterback out of Arizona, Jack Miller. You have, who else? Jackson Jigba out of Rockwall, Texas. G. Scott out of Bellevue, Washington. You have a kid out of Florida, Jake Seibert. Seibert. I saw that last name. First thing that came to my mind. Is he related to Austin? But no, he's not. Nope. Yeah. But I like what I got. I like what we got coming in next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I know a lot of you are also wondering about basketball because, oh, Crazy Dog, are you going to do any Ohio State basketball games since you're not doing hockey next year or this year? Honestly, that does sound like a very good idea. I might do a couple of Ohio State basketball games. You know, I mean, I like what Chris Holtmann has. I like what he's brought to the program. I mean, he revived the program. You know, he gave the program steroids, essentially. I mean, we could not land our own recruits in Ohio with Thad Matta. He was unable to recruit, like, guys from this area. He could not do it at all. I mean, he could when, like, you know, we were, like, in the heyday, like, when we had Evan Turner and Jared Sullinger and, you know, Dallas Lauderdale. Oh, God, the OGs remember him. Greg Oden, you know, freaking David Lighty, all those guys. Oh, yeah, he could recruit amazing back then. But it's like he just lost his luster when it comes to recruiting. You know, all the kids from around here, they're going to, you know, like the Dukes around here, you know, they're going, well, I don't know how many of them actually went to Duke or North Carolina, but they be going like team up north, they be going to West Virginia. There's a kid that my high school played, he went to West Virginia. Yeah. I mean, there's like a couple high school basketball factories around here. And, you know, they're just pumping out stud athletes in basketball, and Ohio State could not land any of them. Here comes Chris Holtmann, and all of a sudden, give him, 2 years? Make the freaking tournament? Both years? Last year, we fought with Houston. You know, we took them to the limit. Honestly, we should have beat them, but we couldn't really do well. We didn't do that well. I think this year we could make it further. I mean, God, look at what we got coming in this year. We got Ibrahima Diallo from Cali, EJ Little from Illinois. We have Gaffney from New Hampshire. He's actually from Ohio. I mean, he went to school for the majority of his life, I think, around here, Northeast Ohio, and then he transferred. Like they usually do, they go to a private school to work on their game and get their grades up and everything, get ready for college. And then, work on their grades and stuff, focus on getting ready for college, the college life. And then DJ Carton from Iowa. Now, next year, as far as I'm concerned, I think we have 1 or 2 recruits for next year's class. No? Okay. I thought we did, but I guess we don't. But oh well. Yeah, Ohio State's pursuit of their 9th ever national title starts tomorrow at noon against Florida Atlantic. Like I said, no prior matchups with these guys. All I know is their coach is Lane Kiffin. And he wasn't too happy to see us on the schedule. He's like, I mean, I didn't make this schedule. I didn't schedule this matchup. I mean, this matchup was already scheduled when I got here. It's like, well, that's too bad. Deal with it. Just deal with it. I mean, it's any given Saturday, but you're kind of walking into an ass kicking essentially. What do I think of Justin Fields? He's good. From what I've heard, he's been fantastic. I know Georgia fans be slandering him. Oh, he can't do this and he can't do that. Well, let's see what he can do with us. And you better hope you don't see him in the freaking college football playoff. For real. Basketball team is loaded. I know. I can't wait for basketball. Oh, look, it's Kyler Murray. Is that Baker with him? Damn, Baker and Kyler? Oh, yeah, because they both won the Heisman. Doing like Heisman house behind the scenes. By the way, of course, I'll be doing Browns games, Buckeyes, some Indians. And when the Cavs start, I'll be doing them too. Man, I don't think I'm gonna do freaking baseball playoffs because there's gonna be so much other stuff going on at the time. I'm gonna have to pick and choose. I think what I might do is like what I did for basketball when it comes to baseball. Just do the championship series and the World Series. Because, and maybe the wild card games. I don't know. Lane Kiffin and Florida Atlantic Owls, welcome to hell. Welcome to hell! Said we are not waiting for whatever hell finally has for us. I'm sure we will. It's not going to be like what we would do to an FCS team. I've seen some bad-ass whoopings that we put on teams. Look at last year. If you forgot what we did to teams with Ryan Day last year, now last year's team was good. I mean, Dwayne Haskins was our freaking quarterback, and you saw what he did. Oh, my God. Freaking what, 50 touchdowns? 50. We're talking about Dwayne Haskins dropping 50 touchdowns. Now people be sleeping on that, but I don't know if Justin Fields is going to do that. But I'll tell you one thing, man, he's going to be lit. Can't wait. But just in case you forgot what we did with Ryan Day. Again, somewhat different roster last year. Of course, we had Nick Bosa for the first 2 games, and then he suffered a groin injury, and then he decided, I'm done playing football for the year. I'm going to focus on the draft. Honestly, I don't blame him. Go get yours in the draft, bro. Go get your money. Go do what your brother did. Although he didn't actually hold out like his brother did. But and I know the competition really wasn't the best last year. And we still took care of business. I mean, we freaking faced Oregon State. That's not an FCS opponent. They're just not very good. We hung 77 points on them. 77 points. And then we faced Rutgers. Freaking Rutgers. 52-3. Then we faced arguably our toughest competition yet, TCU, when Nick Bosa got hurt. We still won 40-28. We smacked Tulane around 49-6. And then, we faced Petto State, beat them by 1 point. We beat Indiana. We beat Minnesota. We lose to freaking Purdue because, of course. By the way, the quarterback for Purdue, David Blau, who was our 4th-string quarterback here in Cleveland. And then we traded him to Detroit today. And then Nebraska barely beat them. And then we take care of business against Michigan State. We escape against Maryland. And then we mop the floor with the team up north. And then we start off a little slow, but we kick the crap out of Northwestern. And then we beat Washington. That was it. Who knows what this year will bring? Hopefully it'll bring another natty to the bus. I almost said Calibus. Calibus. Oh, man. You can tell it's getting late. I am getting kind of woohoo, cuckoo out here, man. But hopefully we can see natty number 9 coming to C-Bus. I would love that. I remember 2014 like it was yesterday. No one thought we were going to do it, especially after how that year started. Just a reminder of how that year started. The 14-15 season. Let's see what happened in that season. In case you maybe were living under a rock and you maybe didn't watch it, but the year didn't start off the greatest. Although we did pound Navy, which you're supposed to do. We lost to Virginia Tech. Yeah. And that's what set this team off because we go against Kent State, pound them into the ground, beat the crap out of Cincy, who we play this year, by the way. And then we kicked the crap out of Maryland, squash Rutgers, beat Petto State in 2 overtimes. And then we smashed Illinois, beat Sparty, beat Minnesota in a tough game, beat Indiana. We crushed the team up north again. Blank Wisconsin, beat Alabama, and then we beat Oregon. And now, fun fact about those 3 games. We beat the 3 Heisman candidates, ending, I believe, with Mariota. Yeah, how about that, huh? That was interesting, wasn't it? Someone actually said that during, I think it was the Oregon game. It's like, yeah, we just beat the 3 Heisman hopefuls in 3 straight weeks with our own Heisman hopeful and Zeke. But, man, I can't wait for tomorrow. I am most likely going to stream the game just because it's the first game of the year. I'm probably not going to be streaming the other 2 non-conference because they honestly don't matter. I'm not going to waste my time streaming freaking Miami, Ohio. Ooh. I'm just streaming this game because it's the first game of the year, but I will be back streaming Ohio State once the Big Ten schedule begins because that's really when it starts to matter. And should be fun. So that is going to wrap it up for this Ohio State live stream. And OHIO, you already know. Ryan Day era starts. Yup. Won it all that year. I know Zeke was on that team. That team was amazing. And you know what's funny, though? People doubted that team because our quarterback went down. Yeah, I heard we were down to our 3rd-string quarterback, Cardell Jones, as Gus Johnson referred to him as Cardell Jones. And he just blasted everybody with his 12 gauge. But, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this live stream. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I will see you guys tomorrow at noon for game time. And let's go Bucks. I'm Crazy Dog 99. And I'm out. One last time. OHIO. 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 See you tomorrow. I'm out.